Welcome back, children. Okay, we'll continue our lesson. In which lesson we are in? 11th lesson B, national movement, the last phase. Yes or no? See. Okay, national movement. We are discussing about the national movement. Okay, the first phase we have finished, and we are now the last phase. Yes. Okay. See. So in that we have discussed about Khilafat agitation. Okay, happenings, and now we are in civil disobedience movements, Salt Satyagraha. Okay, page number 131. Okay, page number 131. So, what is the topic? Civil disobedience. Okay, civil disobedience movement. See, civil means whatever the rules given by the government. Okay, disobedience means which you are not following. If the laws and whatever there, if it does not follow, that we are calling as disobedience. So civil laws which we does not follow. Okay, civil disobedience movement, that is called the Salt Satyagraha. Okay, Salt Satyagraha. So this Salt Satyagraha in which year? Salt Satyagraha in which year? 1932. Okay, 1932. Okay. See here. The Indian National Congress met at Lahore in 1929 under the presidentship of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, INC, Indian National Congress. Okay, they met in where? In Lahore. Okay, who is president for this meeting? Jawaharlal Nehru. In which year? In 1929. Okay, in the year of 1929, Indian National Congress, they met in Lahore. Okay, Lahore in 1929. So, who are president for this? Jawaharlal Nehru. In this session, Congress declared that the attainment of Purna Swaraj was its ultimate goal and resolved to launch the civil disobedience movement to achieve Purna Swaraj. So, in this meeting, okay, in this meeting, whatever they have decided, they want to be attained. Okay, they want to be achieved Purna Swaraj. Okay, so for that they started the civil disobedience movement. Okay, see, leftist within Congress to lead the time given national goal and program. The Congress Working Committee decided with enthusiasm that 26th January should be observed as the day of Purna Swaraj. Okay, see, committee. This Indian National Congress Committee decided with enthusiastically, means interestingly. Okay, interestingly, they have announced what 26th January. Okay, 26th January. They want to be celebrate how Purna Swaraj Day. Okay, they want to be celebrate 26th January as Purna Swaraj Day. Okay, see, on March 12th in 1930, Mahatma Gandhi decided to break the government's salt laws. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi, what he wants to do? He wants to break the laws, salt laws. Okay, in the year what? 1930, March 12. Okay, he break the government salt laws. Mahatma Gandhi break the government salt laws. What is salt laws imposed by British? What is that? Because these Britishers increasing the prices of the salt very increased prices of salt very high, even a poorer cannot buy also. Okay, so that salt loss opposing by Gandhiji in the year 1930. See, Mahatma Gandhi decided to break the government salt laws, making salt very expensive for the common people, as I told you, right? Yes, by manufacturing salt at Dundee. See, Gandhiji opposing to these salt laws by the Britishers. How he opposing? He wants to be produced. Okay, he wants to be start the producing of the salt. Okay, so he started opposing of the salt laws by the Britishers. At where? At Dundee. Dundee, it's a place name. Okay, so he want to be manufacturing salt. Where? At Dundee place. So in that way he started opposing to the British laws. Okay, see what had happened. Britishers were increased salt cost. Okay, so much and so much they have increased. Okay, it's so expensive. The poor people cannot buy and use. At that time, Gandhiji started opposing of that salt laws. Okay, and how he started opposed to that using of that salt from Britishers. They started manufacturing of the salt. It were Dundee, at the place of Dundee. Okay, a small village. Where is this Dundee? The Dundee is in a small village in Gujarat coastal area. Gujarat, you know, Gujarat state. Okay, Gujarat coastal area. Understood? Yeah, Gujarat is having a coastal area, right? Which is having a sea, ocean side. That all we call as coastal areas, no? So in the Gujarat coastal area, a Dundee place is there. There they want to be manufacture, means produce salt. Okay. See, the next morning, Gandhi and his 78 campaigns, means followers. Okay, Gandhi along with 78 followers, along with 78 campaigns. Okay, means followers. Okay, began the 375-kilometer trek from Sabarmati Ashramam to Dundee. Okay, these march were completed in 24 days. Day after day, newspaper reported this progress, his speeches and impact on people. Hundreds of religious officials on his route resigned their jobs. See, the next day, Gandhiji started opposing of the salt laws, and he thought that we will manufacturing salt in the Dundee place. Okay, so the next day he started the walking from Sabarmati Ashramam. Okay, along with his 78 campaigns people followers. Okay, he started walking from Sabarmati Ashramam to the Dundee. Okay, how many days he took walk? 24 days. How many days? From Sabarmati to Dundee. Gandhiji started with the followers of 78 people, started walking. See, it took how many days? 24 days. How much far it is? 375 kilometers. Okay, the total they had gone to the from Sabarmati Ashram to the Dundee. They had walking only. Okay, it took how many days? 24 days. How much far it is? 375 kilometers far. Understood? So in the middle, when they started walking from here to here, so in the middle, Gandhiji given speeches. Okay, and Gandhiji gave some words and slogans to the people. Okay, by the Gandhiji words, many villagers and officers, okay, they resigned their jobs, they stopped their works, and they joined in this Salt Satyagraha. Okay, they joined, and day by day, day after day, newspapers are printing the news, and how they are walking, and how the Gandhiji words, what he is speaking, that all information. Okay, newspapers are spreading it throughout the country. Okay, by knowing this, the many others also came into existence. This Salt Satyagraha. Okay, on 6th April 1930, Gandhiji reached to the Dundee. Okay, when he reached 6th In the 6th April 1930, he reached the Dundee place and picked out handful of salt. Okay, picked out handful of salt and broke the salt laws as a symbol of Indian people's refusal to lie under the British made laws and therefore under the British rule. After this all parade, when he reached to the Dundee, he took out the handful of salt and he said, then onwards we should not follow any salt laws by the Britishers. Okay, like this he gave the words. Okay, a wave of enthusiasm swept the country. Okay, so these movement have given for all people like interesting. Okay, and salt laws were broken at many places and even women took part in the civil disobedience movements. Okay, even by this news spread, everybody have formed as interestingly. Even women also have participated in this civil disobedience movement. In Delhi, okay, in Delhi alone 1600 women were imprisoned. Okay, so in this only, okay, in Delhi, how many women? 1600 women were imprisoned who were participated in civil movement, civil disobedience movements. Okay, who were participated in civil disobedience movement. So in that 1600 women were imprisoned. Okay, that means they kept in jail. Okay, see, this movement was not confined to the salt satyagraha alone. See, in this movement only, not only they have participated in salt satyagraha, they have stopped using of foreign clothes, foreign materials. They boycotted the schools and colleges. Okay, they make it burnt off foreign clothes. Okay, and hand spinning was taken up as the movement. Hand spinnings. Okay, and British schools and colleges and services were boycotted. Means stopped. Okay. And the people joined in this movement a large number. Okay, when the news spread to all over the place, people have joined a large number in this civil disobedience movement. Okay, the government replied with the ruthless repression. See, by this movement, the British government given ruthless repression. What is that? You know, lathi charges and firing on unarmed crowds of men or women. They did not see men or women. They have given order to the army people lathi charge. Who? British government. Over 90,000. Okay, more than 90,000. See, over 90,000 satyagrahis, including Gandhi, okay, and other Congress leaders were imprisoned. Including with the Gandhi, 90,000 people the British government kept in jail. When they participated in this civil disobedience movement. Okay, 90,000 people they kept in a jail. 110 persons were killed. See, 110 people were killed and 300 wounded in police firing. Okay, 300 members wounded in police firing. The British attempted to divide the Indians by winning over the Muslims and Zamindars and other minorities to its side. But the leader took up constructive program throughout the country like wearing Qadar, removal of untouchability to bring social coincidence in the movement. In response to the call of Gandhi, the number of women broke the parda and participated in the movement. See here, see British government started, whoever participating in all the movement, they kept in jail and they give an order to the army people to do the lathi charge, even men or women. Okay, in that 110 people were died, 300 people were wounded in police firings. Okay, and the Britishers were trying to broke that all the movement. Okay, and they started attracting to the Jamindars and they started attracting to the Muslims. Okay, if they started attracting one group of people from the movement, right? So the movement may be suppressed. The British government have thought like that and they started the dividing of that movement who are participated people. But at that time, who are leading this whole movement, right? So they have taken another method. They have started program like wearing qadar and stopping of untouchabilities, and they are giving social awareness to the people. Okay, so whatever they tried, no, British government, that did not reach out. Okay, that did not broke the that movement people. And by these Gandhiji words, by the inspiration of Gandhiji words, many of the women also, they came out from their parda, means from the house. Okay, and they have participated in the movement. Okay, the combined struggle of the Indian people bore fruit when the Government of India Act 1935 prescribed provincial autonomy, and the government announced election to the provincial legislatures in 1937. The Congress formed the governments in 7 out of 11 provinces. Okay, 7 out of 11 provinces, 7 owned by this. Okay, and see, the Congress formed government 7 out of 11 provinces in September 1939. After 2 years, Congress ruled in the provinces. The Second World War broke out. Okay, so at that time, Second World War broke out. Critical of Hitler, Congress leaders were ready to support the British war effort, but in return they wanted that India be granted as independence after the war. These British refused to concede the demand. See, at the time of Second World War, by criticals of Hitler, our Congress leaders want to support to the British at the time of Second World War. So in return, our leaders are asked that give back my India as independence. But these proposals did not accepted by the Britishers. So our national leaders were stopping of fighting beside of the Britishers. Okay. Then onwards, another movement was started. That movement, what you know? Quit India movement. Okay. That another movement is what? Quit India movement. See. See, Quit India movement. The slogan of Quit India movement, what you know? Do or die. Do or die. Quit India movement slogan is what? Do or die. So this Quit India movement takes out in which year? In 1942. In which year? 1942. See here. Britain wanted to use the Indian people and money for Second World War. Congress demanded that in return for support in the war, India should be given self-rule. But the British government was in no mood to accept this demand. Congress Working Committee met on August 8, 1942 at Bombay and passed a resolution starting clearly the British rule in India must end immediately. So at the time of Second World War, Britain wants to use Indian people and as well as Indian money to participate in the Second World War. So at that time, Congress demanded, Indian National Congress were demanded, of course, we'll help you in the Second World War, but in the return we want our self country. We want to back up our self country. So these demands did not accepted by the Britishers. They did not accept this. So then 8th August 1942. 8th August in 1942 at Bombay. They arranged a meeting at Bombay and they passed a resolution. What is that? Starting clearly on that day, they all have decided and they have given a word. What British rule in India must end immediately. Okay, Congress leaders arranged a meeting. Congress leaders means now the Congress leaders were there, not that who were participated for these all movements, no, that Congress leader, Indian National Congress leaders. Okay, so those have started a slogan, what you know, British rule in India must end immediately. Okay, so the evening after the quit resolution was passed. Okay, so they started and they have given a resolution to the people. In the evening only the quit resolution were passed. Mahatma Gandhi addressed these memorable words to the Indian people. So on that day Mahatma Gandhi gave words to the people. What are the words? I'll read it now. Every one of you should from this moment onwards consider yourself a free man or woman and act as if you are free. I am not going to be satisfied with anything short of complete freedom. We shall do or die. We shall either free India or die in this attempt. Okay, so on the day Gandhiji gave words to the people. Okay, then onwards, now onwards, everybody have to be feel we are not under control of anybody. We are in the free. Okay, so at this moment we have to be do or die in this attempt. Okay, so that words delivered by the Gandhiji to the people. And which movement? Quit India movement. What is the slogan of Quit India movement? Do or die. So this do or die, the slogan delivered by whom? Gandhiji. Okay, we'll continue. See here. Okay, so Gandhiji gave words to the people. On the early hours of August 9, 1942, the government arrested most of the Congress leaders. Okay, August 9th. Okay, August 8th they have decided and they have given slogans to the people. And the next day, in the August 9th, okay, the government arrested most of the people who are participated in this all. Who are those? Even including of Gandhiji, Patel, Nehru, Maulana Azad, Acharya Kripalani, Rajendra Prasad and others. The people protest with hartals, strikes, processions all over the country. So when they have arrested these even the leaders, so people started strikes and hartals. Hartals means like bunds. Okay, hartals, bunds, and they have started the procession all over the country. Unfortunately, the movement turned violent. Okay, so these movement have turned into the violent, means cruelly, like, right? The working class in the factories boycotted. What is the violent? It is movement changed as into violent, right? So how it is has changed? See, working class in the factories boycotted, means factory workers that did not do the work, they stopped of the work doing and they came out. Okay, the work and students attacked the police stations. Okay, and post offices, railway stations and other public places, work areas and police stations and the public places. Okay, the students are attacked on the police stations and offices, even in the railway stations and other public places also. And they cut off telegraph and telephone wires. Okay, students have cut off telegraph and telephone wires and railway lines also. Okay, they burnt government buildings. See, this is all done after in 1942 when they passed a resolution about the Quit India movement in the August 8th, right? So then the next day the British government have kept in the prison these all who were doing this movement. So at that time the movement has become violent and the students have boycotted and make it burnt off government buildings. Okay, and they attacked on police stations and they attacked on railway stations and all. Okay, and they cut it off telegraph and telephone wires, even railway lines also. Okay, and they burnt it off vehicles and military vehicles and railway carriages. Okay, Madras and Bombay were the most affected in this respect. So at that time, which places? Bombay and Madras. Okay, Bombay and Madras were most affected places. At that time, in the 9th August 1942, when the people were arrested, right? So when these all movement leaders were arrested, right? So at that time, people have made very violent decisions. So at that time, Madras and Bombay were most affected areas. Okay, the British authority disappeared in parts of UP, Bihar, Odisha, West Bengal, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh. So after this, British authority disappeared in some places of India. In which places to disappear? In UP, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Odisha, West Bengal, Maharashtra, and in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. In Midnapur, people set up parallel government in 1942 to 44. At where? In Midnapur. Okay. In Midnapur. In the year of 1942 to 1944, they have settled on parallel government. As a result of this movement, 10 lakh pounds worth of property was destroyed. Okay, 30 police personnel and 10 army men lost their lives. Many people were killed, thousands were arrested. Okay, so in this movement in Midnapur, government suppression. By the end of 1943, over 90,000 people were arrested. Okay, and around 1,000 killed in police firings. In many areas, orders were given to the machine gun crowds from aeroplanes. In many areas, British gave an order to the army people from the aeroplanes. They started firing. Okay. The rebellion, however, ultimately brought the British Raj to its knees. Okay. So finally, order were given to the machine guns. Finally brought the British Raj to its knees towards independence and partition. Meanwhile, in 1940, the Muslim League had moved a resolution demanding independent states for Muslims in the northwestern and eastern areas of the country. In 1940, Muslim who are Muslim caste, right? They all formed a league, a special league for them. Okay, and they want a separate state, whoever the Muslims, right? In which side? Northwestern and eastern areas. Why did the league ask for an autonomous arrangement for the Muslims of the subcontinent? See, from the late 1930, the league began viewing Muslims population as a separate nation from the Hindus. See, from the 1930 onwards, Muslims treated as separate from the Hindus. Okay. In developing this notion, it may have been influenced by the history of tension between some Hindu and Muslim groups 1920s to 1930. More importantly, the provincial election of 1937 seemed to have convinced the league that Muslims were minority. They would always have to play second fiddle in any democratic structure. It feared that Muslims may even go unrepresented. Okay, in every decision Muslims are going to be the second position. So they are thought that after some years we may not be representatives. Okay, we may not be unrepresented. The Congress rejected the league's desire to form a joint Congress to lead government in the United Province in 1937. Also annulled the league. Okay, I'll continue.